So our main goal is very clear that we want to work on child. And for that, we need to understand their psychology, their way of learning, their way of understanding the thing. And for that, we need to go with the step-by-step procedure. Okay, so what is the meaning of step-by-step procedure? That I'm going to tell you in a few steps that you need to understand. So our main to have experience in your class. Not every child is same. They have their individual personality. Even if you talk about the adults, your way of learning and understanding things are different. We all have the same thing I'm teaching, same thing, the way I'm teaching, the pointer I'm sharing. This it is similar, but based on your understanding, based on your opinion, based on your experience, based on your conditioning, you are going to grab the knowledge. So it's depend upon person to person. Okay. So it's the similar way, there are the different development stages. Okay. First, we will go with the horizontal and vertical. What is the meaning of horizontal? If we will see about the child in a horizontal space, they have the certain kind of personality. Means like all our nursery, all our play group, but that all belongs to the first, second, third grade. That is called the horizontal. Okay. Vertical, if we will see, or you can change this vice versa. The vertically we can see means the child is having some kind of nature behavior. Correct. Suppose if I'll ask the question, how many of you feel that when you will write, you will remember the thing for the longer duration? If you write it on when you make notes, you will remember the things for the longer duration. This is our learning pattern, and especially if you will see it is a common pattern across the teachers. If you write it on when you make notes, you will remember that if you will see in your surrounding, maybe some engineer, they won't write at all. Correct? They want to see everything smartphone, laptop, mobiles. They are more technical. For them, the technical knowledge is important. For them, typing some message and keep it safe, that's matter for them. But we are not, if we will type also, we forget. Because it should go to our hand muscle memory. The similar way, the children is also different. There is a concept called auditory child. When they will listen, they'll understand the thing for the longer duration. Some children called visual child. When they will see certain thing, they are going to remember the thing for the longer. Next, some are called verbal or active child. Means they will do some kind of activity. They want to speak out. They want to participate in the discussion. Then they will remember the thing for the longer duration. Next category, there is a concept called kinesthetic. Means their entire part of the body should be the part of the process. They want to do some kind of experiments. They want some kind of activities where their entire muscle should move and be a part of the process. And that is called the kinesthetic children. Every child is unique. Every child belongs to the different personality. They have the different development stage. So when they will take birth from there to till the next 5 years, based on the parents' conditioning, their senses will get evolved. They'll get developed. And based on that, they can understand the things on a proper way. So they belongs to the different development stage. I have given you the example. Means like take the nursery child development stage will be different. Playgroup will be different. UKG will be different. LKG will be different. First grade will be different. They belong to different development stage. And based on their stage, we need to provide certain things. Like we can start with the alphabets. We can go with a concept called how to introduce book to the child. So if you really want to introduce the book to the child, we need to start with the picture recognition book. Then we will go with the alphabets and number recognition book. Then we will go to the concept called blending. 3-letter words, 2-letter words, 4-letter words. Then we will go with the sentence and stories. Suddenly, if we are going to give to the 2-year-old child, this is the story book, read it. Can they read? No. They cannot read because their need is something different. So we need to understand their development stage, and it could be different in one class also. Suppose if you have the 50 students in your class, they can belong to the different development stage. We need to equalize the development stage. at least should be the certain level, so that every child can understand the basic concept what you are sharing. After that, we will go with the individual differences like auditory, kinesthetic, verbal, audio. And based on their category, we need to cater the education to them. Today's generation, the lot of differences will be there. Because if you will remember about your own childhood, there would be certain kind of parenting style. Most of the parents were working in the government sector. In most of the house, mother is housewife. They were providing the same kind of environment. They are cooking, they are thinking, they means taking care of the homeworks, household thing. Many students used to go through that kind of experience and they have learned a certain way. In few cases, both the parents were working and they were supporting whatever the extent they can do. But in that part also, they were using the joint family concept. Grandmother used to take care of that part. So this was the conditioning what we have gone through. But now in today's generation, what is the conditioning? Both the parents are working, or if for some child, only one parent is working. Maybe both the parents are having the issue. Maybe one parent is having different kind of issue. Maybe the work issue, maybe health issue. Maybe they want to go with a second child. They are getting disturbed. They are getting diverted. Some are opting for the daycare center. Some are not opting for the daycare center. So the children are going for the different, multiple situations. It's not the common pattern. If it is not the common pattern, then how we can categorize a common thought process for each of them? We need to first understand what is their need, and based on we need to provide the solution. So now we are understanding the need of the child. So their need is different, their things are different, and based on that we need to support. The next important thing that is related to the child psychology is called the cognitive development. And for us as a teacher, it's very important. We feel the child is not able to understand the concept, there is something wrong. But the reality is maybe child is not cognitive developed. Start going with the open-ended question. You need to stimulate your child's brain. Go with a multiple activity, maybe flashcard, maybe different kind of activity where they can think in the faster speed. And here the speed matter. So you can go with multiple brain exercises. For the small children, you can go with the open-ended question. And we need to keep changing our process. We cannot be the constant with the same process because we should not be predictive in front of our students. The day you are predictive, done. They lose interest in the class. So you can go with a lot of brain activities. You can go with a lot of exercises. You can go with a lot of the small children activities. For bigger children, you can go with a certain kind of discussion, certain kind of GD, certain kind of bigger children, they want to be the participate. They want to be the part of that important discussion. For the smaller children, they want to be the part of the activity. Their need is different, and based on that, we need to make sure that how we are going to engage them. The next thing, if you really want some result from your students, the motivation is the key. If you are going to motivate, you will get better results. If you are not going to motivate or you're going with a complaint, you will never get the results. When you're going with the motivation, I would say motivate with the valid reason. Suppose today I'm telling you that, wow, you did something good. If I say only good, will you understand why I'm telling you very good? Why I'm telling you it's beautiful, amazing, awesome? The reason, if you don't know, you will never work it second time. You won't work on the second time, even you won't think to work. Because you will feel like, okay, I'm the good, that's it. But if I say, Sudha ma'am, you are making the notes in a beautiful way, and that is the reason I love the energy what you're sharing or your notes what you have shared, you will feel next time my notes should be more beautiful. You will feel like, okay, this time I have used 2 colors, and next time I'll use 3 colors and I'll design something in a creative way. If I'll say, the Jeevta ma'am, you started communicating and your confidence level is getting up. So what you will feel? Next time I will participate more on the discussion. So motivation with the valid reason can beautify your teaching skill. Next, learning approach. How you are teaching, how the students are learning. their learning approach we need to understand. And for that, when you're starting your session, when you're starting your classes, you need to understand them. As soon as you are entering in the class, you cannot teach. You will go with some kind of rapport, some kind of connection. The similar way, when you are starting your session, when you are starting your classes, when you got assigned to new class, you go with some kind of connection so that you can understand what is their learning approach, and based on that you can provide the things what they were looking for. So I have told you the example about the four category. When you will know them, then only you can use it. Okay, so know their learning approach. Next, behavior management. What is the meaning of behavior management? For every students, the behavior management is very important. You are teaching, they should not run in the class, that they are roaming, they are not listening, they are talking, they are doing the chit chat. And this will come with the beautiful concept called discipline. And there is a concept called value chart. How to make your student disciplined. If you really want your students should be disciplined, they should be the part of the discipline process. Suppose if some child or some class is very naughty, they are not listening, they know that they need to complete the task. They also know they need to focus on the study. They also know that they should not fight. They also know that they should help each other. They also know they need to go with the sharing, caring. They also know they need to follow the basic discipline. They also know that they should not change the places in between. But they are not doing because they are not feeling that it is really important to do. Respect and discipline is missing in the society. If people will do the discipline and people will be committed and they have the respect for each other, the society is very beautiful place. But these parameter is missing in the society. And for that, we need to help them. And how we can help them, what we need to do, how we can make it better way, that I'm going to tell you. So basically in the behavior management, if you have the small students, you need to make certain rule for your class. We are going to help each other. We are going to use the magic word. We are going with the sharing. Start your day with a smile. Some basic rule you can make it for your class. And ask your students to use it and do it on the daily basis. It's their responsibility, not your responsibility. If you will keep maintaining the discipline when you will teach, if you keep shouting, when you're going to explain the things in a beautiful way. So maintain the proper discipline. We need to make the value chart, and based on your students, based on your class age, you need to do this. So very important, start understanding the behavior management. If someone is having the wrong behavior, we need to fix it. We need to talk to that child. Next thing, your communication skill. If you want to understand the child psychology, your communication is matter. You need to work on your communication skill. If I'm telling you, don't write, don't jump, don't come, the don't will not go inside your brain and you will just think about write. You will think about come. We'll go with a small visualization. Quickly close your eyes, slowly breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. I want you to visualize a beautiful garden. A beautiful garden where you are sitting in a chair. Suddenly, one monkey started hopping there, and you should not see that monkey. Don't see the monkey, it is just behind you. I'm telling you, you should not see the monkey, and monkey is just behind you. My focus that you need to look on the garden only. You should not see the monkey. You should not see the monkey. He's jumping just back to you. You should not see. Don't see the monkey. Slowly open your eyes and tell me your experience, what you have seen. You got certain imagination related to the monkey, correct? The monkey was jumping. Even I said 3 to 4 times, don't see the monkey, don't see the monkey, but monkey was jumping. That's the reason if we will say to anyone, don't do this, they will definitely do this. So today you got the mantra how to communicate. If you want, your students should not jump. Tell them walk in a line. Tell them maintain the queue. Tell them help each other. Tell them to go with the caring. Because monkey will always come in the picture. Why I went with this small exercises and I told you to we will close the eyes and we'll do, because you will remember this thing lifetime. Otherwise, if I'll say don't use the don't sentence, you will not remember. I know. You will forget. Now you are going to remember this thing for the longer duration, as long as possible. Our communication is matter. How we are communicating, it's matter, it is important, and we need to be very careful when we are talking about the child, when we are dealing with them. Child culture sensitivity. Every child belongs to a different category. They belongs to the different culture. And unknowingly, sometime we have to be understanding their culture is different. Their things are different. And we should be very careful while we are talking about the culture, while we are talking about their family member. Because sometimes what happened now, we will say, oh, how his mother is just going for the job and she's not taking care. Sometime we will see this kind of sentences, and when we'll see these kind of sentences in front of the child, they have the feelings. Their emotions will get hurt. And that time, they'll close the relationship with you. The teacher is not good. Why should I listen to her? Means you lose your interest and you lose your respect. Never do this thing. Their culture, their family, that is the sensitive area that we should not focus. Next important thing called the childhood trauma. Let's start this concept with a small question and answer. Okay? If your students are not doing homework, who is responsible for them? Let's see who is responsible. So if you will see here, from 0 to 5 years, do you feel the child can do something? No. They need support. They take birth. Gradually, parent involvement will get reduced in their life. At the birth time, it is 100% for certain age. Okay, maybe 1.5 year. Slowly, it will become 95, 98. Till 5 years, it will become 50%. Slowly, it will go and get decreased 40%, 30%, 20%. And after that, 10%, 1%, 0%. So parent and the child is having the relationship, and it is kind of percentage wise. As they will grow, percentage will reduce. Till UKG, only parent is responsible. From the primary, the child and parent both are important. If the child will go and say, I have the homework, parent will definitely make them to do. Sometime if they are not making them do, that is the parent fault. But the child should also communicate. But after 5th, only child is responsible. If they are not doing the homework, they are only whole soul responsible for their thing. As they will grow gradually, the parent involvement will get reduced and the child involvement will get increased. But till first, second grade, the parent is totally responsible on that time, because they should get time to take care of these things. So please make sure, if your students are not doing the homework, if you shout on them, you are just hurting the child and playing with their emotions. It is not going to give you the results. So what you need to do, you need to understand the child maybe have some kind of problem in their house. It could be they are so busy in their workplace. It could be they have the clashes. Sometimes the mother is working outside, coming and working in home. They don't have the sufficient resources. They have the lot of family responsibilities. Maybe in-laws are sick. She need to take care of in-laws, husband, child. and she is like fed up. So they children are seeing all these things, and that is the reason there is a concept called childhood trauma. If the children will see and go with these kind of experience in very early age, they'll get some kind of fear, and it will stick with their personality for the longer duration. That is the reason some children will be very introvert. That is the reason some children won't speak. Maybe some children will do all the nonsense, even though parents will beating like anything. They'll beat. So two things will happen. If you will beat the child, whether they will get used to that beating, it's okay, it's normal, or they will get deeply hurted. So the children will go with these kind of traumas, and as a teacher, we should know it. When we have the small children, the childhood trauma will be not in the case. It won't be matter a lot, because till 5 years, I don't think so. They'll go with a lot of trauma, but especially 8th, 9th, 10th. Not for all the children, maybe for few children, it's beautiful life. The parents are been well sufficient. They are providing all the facilities, but almost everyone will be good. But some children could have the challenges in their life. And we need to respect the changes and challenges, whatever they have gone through. Okay? Next thing. Sometimes child's health won't support them. Now, today's generation, their health is also one of the important parameters. Lot of children, they have the health issues. Low immunity, frequently getting cold, fever, severe headache, very common. Children are getting all these issues, and we need to understand that sometimes they'll get disturbed, they will get cranky, they will get mood swing just because of all these things. Next, if you really want to work on the child psychology, you need to develop yourself in a professional development way. You need to be upgraded there to support this parameter. If you're not upgraded there, what will happen? We will feel there's something wrong with the child. We can point someone one finger. If we are pointing one finger, 4 fingers on our side. If we are having the 4 fingers, at least we need to think about ourselves, where we can develop ourselves, where we can beautify something, where we can work on the teaching method, where we can work on the classroom management, where we can do something better for the child. When we will find out the solution, we'll get the solution. If we will close our brain door and we'll say, okay, there is something wrong with my class, the option and the willingness to work for that parameter, it's completely closed. Your shutter is closed. So be ready to develop yourself in a professional development.